co-founder of Hungry Pecker Brewing. Today I just want to do a short video about yeast harvesting. So this video is going to focus on just how to harvest yeast and using a specific type of vessel. So some people have conical fermenters, which makes it pretty easy for the yeast to settle to the bottom. Other people have buckets and stuff, which you can still harvest yeast from the bucket, but today I'm going to cover harvesting yeast from a conical fermenter. So our conical fermenter has a tri-clamp 1-inch inside diameter ball valve on it. And I like the 1-inch because it doesn't seem to get clogged up as easy as some of the smaller valves. So I've already taken my Star Sand spray and I sprayed my valve just to make sure it's sanitized. And I've also got my bucket of iodine, which I have already sanitized my yeast harvester. So I'm going to bring that over here. And I'm going to pull the yeast harvester out, dump the iodine out of it, kind of let it do a little drip dry there for a second. Grab my O-ring and my tri-clamp fitting. Alright, so all I'm going to do is just line it up and attach it right to the bottom of my ball valve that's on my conical fermenter. So I like to keep things nice and tidy. So I had a drip tray in there just to catch any drips off of my Star Sand that I put in there. So just going to double check everything, make sure I'm all tightened up and good to go on all my clamps. What? That's scary. Okay, now that the yeast harvester is on there, I'm just going to open the valve. And hopefully we'll have some yeast dump into there. We should. So there's lots of yeast settled down at the bottom here. Okay, good. We got it dumped in there real nicely. Get a close up of that there, cameraman. You can see that it was pretty thin going into there. So it had a lot of the beer mixed in with it, which is good. That way it all went down into here. And what's going to happen is any of the beer that's in there will displace back up into the top of the conical fermenter. And all the yeast will settle down in here nicely. So I've already done one dump out of this, which I had just a very small amount of trub. So this harvest right here is technically my second harvest. And I'm going to let this sit for a couple days until it just looks like it's a nice, solid, thick, not really solid, but a really thick yeast slurry. Like a real thick milkshake consistency. And then that's when we will take the harvester off. And our next video we'll talk about transferring what we have in this yeast harvester to a sanitized mason jar and storing it in our refrigerator until our next batch. Now if you're doing smaller batches, you could just take off this harvester. It comes with a cap and you can save that to your next batch if that's enough for you. But that's not quite enough for what we need to pitch for our next batch. So we're going to harvest several mason jars of good recycled yeast out of this batch. Okay, well that's it for this video. So tune in to my next video. We're going to talk about transferring that yeast and storing it in the refrigerator, and then we'll do another one on doing starters and stuff like that. So thanks for stopping by Hungry Pecker Brewing. Go ahead and give us a like on Facebook. Thanks.